2026 did not begin with a technological explosion. It began with uncertainty. Not uncertainty about whether artificial intelligence works, but uncertainty about whether we can still trust what we see, what we hear, and increasingly, who we are online. Just weeks ago, reports surfaced about Seedance 2.0, a cinematic AI video system connected to TikTok's ecosystem. It promised realistic scenes, emotionally synchronized audio, natural voice delivery. But behind the headlines, something more profound emerged. According to early technical discussions, an experimental pathway explored predictive voice modeling, estimating how someone might sound based only on visual facial analysis. Even the suggestion of that capability triggered global concern, because it signaled something deeper. We are entering the first true AI identity crisis. For years, deepfakes dominated the conversation. Synthetic political speeches, celebrities saying things they never said, faces swapped seamlessly into fabricated footage. At first, it was novelty. Then experimentation, then monetization. Now it is infrastructure. Deepfakes replicate, but modern AI systems do something far more powerful. They infer, they model, they predict identity. Multimodal artificial intelligence can process images, audio, video, and text simultaneously. It learns correlations, patterns between facial structure and vocal tone, between microexpressions and emotional cadence, between behavioral signals and predicted reactions. These systems do not understand identity. They statistically reconstruct it. And when reconstruction becomes convincing, distinction becomes irrelevant. Imagine uploading a single photograph. Moments later, you receive a moving version of that face, with dialogue, with a voice, with emotional nuance. Even if imperfect, it only needs to be believable. Believability reshapes perception, and perception shapes reality. The crisis is not technological capability, it is scale. Platforms operating at global reach can distribute synthetic content instantly. A manipulated clip can travel across continents before fact-checkers respond. A predicted voice can circulate long before verification systems activate. Trust used to depend on friction. It required effort to fake something convincingly. Now friction is disappearing. Cinematic quality once required lighting teams, sound engineers, camera operators. Now prompts can generate scenes with dynamic lighting and synchronized dialogue. This democratizes storytelling, but democratization without safeguards amplifies risk, because powerful tools amplify intention, positive or negative. Regulators are beginning to respond. Across the United States, Europe, and Asia, policymakers are drafting legislation addressing biometric inference and synthetic identity. Questions once theoretical are now urgent. Who owns your face? Who owns your predicted voice? Does statistical inference require consent? And how do you regulate something that is constantly evolving? The deeper issue lies in how identity itself is changing. For centuries, identity was tied to physical presence. Then it became documented through photography, then recorded through audio and video. Now it is modeled computationally. When identity becomes data, it becomes editable. And when it becomes editable, it becomes vulnerable. There is also a psychological dimension. For generations, seeing was believing, hearing was proof. Now both can be generated. When authenticity becomes optional, skepticism becomes default, and default skepticism erodes social trust. We may soon enter an era where authenticity requires certification, digital watermarks, blockchain-based verification, cryptographic origin signatures. But verification systems introduce complexity. If authenticity requires proof, then unverified content becomes suspect, and that transforms how society consumes information. Seedance 2.0 was not simply a product update, it was a signal, a glimpse of the next stage, from replication to prediction, from copying identity to estimating it. And estimation at scale changes everything. Modern AI systems improve continuously. They refine predictive models, they reduce error margins, they optimize realism. The gap between generated and genuine narrows each month. The first AI identity crisis of 2026 is subtle. There were no global blackouts, no catastrophic system failures, just a gradual shift in perception. Reality is no longer guaranteed by appearance. It must be verified. Technology will continue advancing. Generation will become seamless. Inference will become more precise. The question is not whether innovation will stop. It will not. The question is whether society can adapt quickly enough. Human institutions evolve slowly. Artificial intelligence evolves exponentially. That mismatch creates tension, and tension creates crisis. If AI can simulate you convincingly enough, what separates you from the simulation? Is identity your voice, your face, your data history, or the algorithmic pattern derived from all of it? We are transitioning from an era of recorded truth to an era of generated possibility. And in that transition, trust becomes the most valuable currency. The first AI identity crisis has begun, not with chaos, but with realization. Artificial intelligence is no longer just generating content. It is modeling identity, and how we respond to that shift will define the rest of this decade. This is InteligenZiate, because the future is no longer being filmed, it is being generated.